On June 19th, 2019, Uber made a change to their TNC lot at the Fort Lauderdale International Airport. The former geofenced airport queue used to extend completely around the entire airport, which included 4 major roadways, a warehouse district, a public park, and several residential areas. The cities around the airport had a problem with Uber drivers parking their vehicles on the right-of-way of different roads, crowding the public park, and parking in front of the warehouses, which were private property, of course. And drivers would occasionally park inside the residential neighborhoods around the airport, sort of disrupting the traffic flow for the residents of those neighborhoods. They shrunk the dispatch area down from a very large area down to simply the TNC lot on the northwest corner of the airport. This lot can hold about 400 cars in it at any given time, and currently has 2 different rideshare companies operating out of it, Lyft and Uber, with a third rideshare company called Trip, which should be providing rides from the airport very soon. When the change was made to the TNC lot, or the geofenced area, if you will, Lyft and the county commissioners excluded a great deal of places where drivers would be dispatched from, which includes the neighborhoods on the north and south side of the airport. By excluding all these neighborhoods, they've inadvertently kicked out some of their best, longest drivers in the area. People that had rented and purchased homes in the neighborhoods in order to do rideshare from their own home. I've contacted the county commission in attempting to get them to reverse their decision with regards to the residential areas around the airport, trying to get Uber to reinstate the geofenced area so the drivers in those neighborhoods can begin receiving ride requests from the airport again. It may appear on first glance that the problem was solved by removing all of this geofenced area, and it has helped quite a bit in keeping drivers from loitering around the airport in places they shouldn't be. But they, like I said, have inadvertently kicked out dozens of drivers that earned a living working from the neighborhoods around the airport. So this video is directed towards Uber and towards the Broward County commissioners that have made this change. Also the Broward County Aviation Division, BCAD. They were partly responsible, I'd imagine, for this change. And I would like to encourage them to reverse the change to the geofence, or at least specifically the portions that included privately owned homes. It was a poor decision to kick out that many drivers from the queue, especially ones that were so prolific over the past 5 years since Uber has been operating from the airport. Parking a car in my own garage, keeping it off the street, and waiting for hours inside my own home is really a very efficient way to dispatch drivers, and forcing drivers to drive to the TNC lot, where they can only operate for very few trips per day. For instance, wait times for an Uber XL are generally between 4 and 5 hours. Imagine a driver that received a ride after 5-hour wait time sitting on a runway in 95-degree heat. They are probably not going to be in the best of moods and will have difficulty providing the best service to the customers flying into the airport. Contrast that with someone who books rides from their home, whose car is parked in their garage for 5 hours, who's been able to have lunch or take a nap or relax around their own home and then they get dispatched to the airport for a pickup, they'll be far more relaxed, far more friendly to passengers, because they're very comfortable and their car is very comfortable. It's not overheated from sitting in the sun for hours, and they can provide the best service to these passengers, along with a safe ride to their destination. And a lot of these folks that live in the homes are locals that are very familiar with the neighborhood, because they live there, of course, and will know all the local hotels and the hot spots, the best beaches, the best restaurants, and so forth. So if anybody from Broward County Aviation Division or Uber or Broward County Commissioners find this video and watch it, please suggest that they return these residential areas back to the airport queue around the Fort Lauderdale airport. A very simple solution would be to include the homes of the drivers inside of a geofenced area drawn around their homes, but not including the roadways in front of their homes. That way drivers driving through the neighborhood would not be included in the queue. Only people that lived in the neighborhood would be included and could be dispatched from those neighborhoods. Thanks for watching the video, and I will have updates further. Thanks. Bye.